basihloniphe njengohulumeni, babuye basihloniphe njengabahlali base-South Africa. So silapho-ke ngendawo. So Monday siyabuya. Sizawuqeda kahle udaba on Monday. La enkantolo. Savumelana futhi ukuthi ngoba siyohlangana Monday akunamuntu ozakuyela edunini. But ngantshela for free ukuthi thina singama-South African sithi siyalihlini idorobha lethu, ayikho inkantolo ezosibuyisela emuva.
That was Dada Morero there speaking outside the Johannesburg High Court, So what is happening? First of all, this is the video from Jacaranda, FM News Watch, And what is happening is that Dada Morero was addressing various supporters from political parties, So there is a case of informal traders, who were challenging the city of Johannesburg, over the cleanup campaign that they were doing of removing them. Is the city of Johannesburg, from their perspective, they were reclaiming the city from lawlessness. So from their perspective, the informal traders, they are arguing that being removed, from the CBD, their livelihoods, have been impacted a lot, because this is where, they were getting their money from for food and everything. This was like their job. So it's sort of like being fired from your job. That's why they were taking the city of Johannesburg to court. Surprisingly, or not surprisingly, the EFF, they were standing with informal traders. So the EFF was supporting the informal traders to say they must be brought back into the CBD. On the other hand, we have ANC, they were supported by Action SA and MK Party, and they were supporting the city of Johannesburg. So as you can see, some of the pictures there, those are the EFF members, saying the small business is the way to go. But at the same time, lawlessness is not the way to go. EFF was also being supported by Siri, so they were not just the only ones. So that is what is surprising here. So EFF has been standing with informal traders, and one of the big questions that people have been asking is that most of these informal traders are illegal foreigners there, and EFF is standing with illegal foreigners, and at the same time you have Action SA who is going against the illegal foreigners and also these illegal businesses. So despite all of that, what the EFF is most likely to be proposing is for these informal traders to be made formal, for them to be paying taxes, etc. But I doubt, that those informal traders will want to pay the taxes there. They'll be running away, etc. But at the same time, you wouldn't want a street that is chaotic, with the tomatoes being sold on the street, this and that. It makes the city to be very dirty. Yet at the same time, you have these people that are being paid by the city to be cleaning the city. So overall, at the end of the day, the net effect, you will see that it isn't making any sense at all. It's like going round in a wheel that is not going anywhere. So despite everything, Dada Morero, he has made it very, very clear, that despite any ruling whatsoever that is going to come from the High Court, they are not going to stop cleaning the city. They are going to continue and move forward with cleaning the city. So if I'm to put a verdict on which side I would pick on the side with Dada Morero and not the side for the EFF, because what you want is a clean city, right? Where people can walk, freely with a lot of space, instead of people crowding on one small area because there are informal traders on the other side. Yet at the same time, it's actually the EFF themselves who've always said that South Africans want proper jobs. It's them who said that. It's not us. It's them who said, South Africans don't want these jobs of informal trading, these jobs of being a maid, these jobs of being gardeners. Those are jobs for foreigners. It's them who've been saying that. So it's surprising, that they've turned around this time around and supporting these small informal trading businesses. So ever since other parties announced their candidates for the position of the mayor of Johannesburg, Dada Morero has been working like really hard, and he is now pushing, for him to be reinstated back into his position. We've never seen him, this busy. The only last time we saw a mayor being busy, it was actually Kenny Kunene when he was the acting mayor of Johannesburg. So having said all of that, there is something surprising or not surprising about the EFF when it comes to the issue of illegal foreigners or maybe foreigners. EFF, they sort of pull everything, all their energy when it comes to supporting the issues that are affecting foreigners in South Africa. I mean, you can look at everything. When mostly it comes to issues affecting South Africans, they seem to be nowhere to be found, they seem to be silent. There are so many examples out there that you can even pick. So these are some of the political parties there, the ANC supporting Dada Morero. So there are cases, that happened about those kids at spaza shops, etc. The EFF was nowhere to be found. Completely nowhere to be found. But when it comes to the issues of foreigners, amazing. You can see the EFF all out. So here we have the Jacaranda News, confirming, Jacaranda FM confirming that mostly this group of traders are largely migrants who were protesting outside the High Court, protesting that decision by the mayor of Johannesburg to remove them from trading within the CBD of Johannesburg. So what is a migrant really? Because some of these words, you would really want a definition for them. What is a migrant? What is a migrant? Let's see. So a migrant is someone who moves from one place to another, especially to live or work there. So it can occur within the country itself or across international borders. So in this case, mostly it's people from other countries coming into South Africa to find better job opportunities. Then they are now informal traders, and Dada Morero is cleaning the city by removing them because they do not have the work permits, they don't pay taxes. So I'll catch you guys on the next one.